Good morning. It's Monday, October 1st. I'm Catherine Ross here with Jim Cramer at the beautiful New York Stock Exchange. So, Jim, there's a lot of news today.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean, surprising because at 7 o'clock there was none, and then boom. I mean, we saw this shocking announcement that John Flannery has had. I say shocking because it's only been 13 months and people feel he has not moved with alacrity. I come back and say, are you kidding me? He was dealt a terrible hand, but I understand. But Larry Culp, 55, amazing job at Danaher. We own Danaher for Action Alerts. So I think that I understand why the stock is up, and I get it. I think it makes sense.
Okay, that's good to know. And so my second question has to do with the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, which was announced late last night. And I'm wondering what you think about the whole thing.
Well, look, I think that it removes a key uncertainty. I have a piece in Real Money that talks about the areas that are strong. And Catherine, I think that is not changed. I believe that you'll see things like Magna, which is an auto parts company, that'll come back. Some companies that had been under pressure, KSU, which a rail that takes many of the cars from Mexico to the United States, the indecision about that one comes back. So the indecision stocks will rally, but it's really important to point out that there were a lot of people who felt that Canada was going to fall through, and that would have been a definite negative. And we take that off the table. It gives us a little room to run between now and the employment number on Friday.
Okay, and then I also have to ask about Tesla. I mean, you were tweeting about it so much this weekend.
Yeah, well, look, I had felt that the SEC had given him a deal of a lifetime, which is a fine. He's a rich man, company a fine. The company has enough money to pay $20 million, both pay $20 million. There were things that were, it's a really constructive SEC settlement. We have often I felt that the board was not independent enough, so you get two independent directors. I had felt that the top should be split between the chairman and CEO. The SEC said that should be the case. I have felt that the man was tweeting erratically. The tweets now have to be vetted. It's almost as if the SEC took the role of adult in the room. And so I understand why the stock would rally. Don't forget, Ron Barron's on tomorrow. And Ron Barron is a guy who has been the most adamant of money managers who follow Tesla. So there may be a second move. If you're trying to short it, I would wait until Ron Barron speaks.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to worry about who comes on Squawk Box.
Yeah. So to go back a little bit, I just want to ask about Chipotle. I know that this was on your Mad Dash this morning, and I'm curious about what you think Chipotle. It's got 100% U.S. revenue, which is something that
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, look, Brian Niccol did a remarkable job at Taco Bell. Now, the ethos of Taco Bell was wasn't necessarily known as fresh. Remember, the burritos at Chipotle have 8 ingredients. They always claim that the other guy has more than 80, and the other guy happened to have been Taco Bell. But what's happened here is that Niccol is a fabulous marketer. The loyalty program starts in Columbus, in Kansas City, Kansas. These are important markets. Let's see what happens. The loyalty program, I think, is something that will excite people. I think that Brian Niccol the stock went up starting when he came in, and it is no longer leaderless. I know that it has a premium multiple. But I also think it deserves a premium multiple because they have a lot of stores, and the stores can make a lot of money if we go back to the old days. So I'm not. I felt that the downgrade was premature, and that the stock should be bought on any real weakness.
So do you think that if they had just waited like a couple of weeks, a couple of months until next quarter?
I would have. I mean, why be so quick to downgrade? Remember, they had a hold on it during the run, Catherine, and when you have a hold on it during the run, I think you really didn't create a lot of value. So if you were to go buy to sell, I could get that. But I think that there could be a hiccup, and then I think you're going to say, geez, why didn't I use that hiccup to buy?
That makes sense. Okay, so Jim, what are you looking at in the markets this morning?
Well, it's really interesting to see the banks up. I mean, they shouldn't be up. There's nothing there other than Citi. Citi has a substantial operation in Mexico, which is totally separate. If they can merge those operations, we don't really know. If they can merge those operations, that would be fantastic for Citi, which is an Action Alerts name. David Faber did a report on Campbell's, and Dan Loeb's interest in trying to get that stock up. I feel that stock has come down a lot. That might be an interesting thing. I do think that the strength in oil, when I look at the charts, and I did a piece for Real Money about this, those stocks are all starting to go up, but Schlumberger hasn't gone up. It's really kind of frustrating. GE has Baker Hughes, which is a GE company. That's not doing as well either, and Halliburton's not. But a lot of the second-rate companies like Transocean, Diamond Offshore are doing better. So I'm wondering about that dichotomy. I think it's an interesting thing that Constellation Brands is down today, because we know that we've got an upcoming conference on October 13th. We'll have Constellation talking with Canopy. I think that's going to be an amazing interview. By the way, Canopy doing well. I think that we're going to find out about Constellation later this week and see how much the investment in cannabis should affect the company in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about cannabis. Even Tilray's up this morning again.
Yeah, Tilray is one of the more fascinating companies in there. Now, I know that, do I think Tilray is expensive? Absolutely. Do I understand that people want to own the cannabis stocks ahead of when Canada goes full repeal? Yes, that's October 17th, but I think it's a mistake to hold on to those. The only one you should be holding on to is Canopy.
Okay, good to know. All right. Yep. So I want to go more in depth about your trip to San Francisco to see Dreamforce, but we'll have to do that in the Action Alerts Plus video.
Yes, because we own Salesforce for that, and we always want to give club members proprietary information because it's only fair.
So thanks, guys, for joining us. Have a great Monday.